Hey everybody. Oh, isn't that what happens when you hop on Facebook Live? The first thing that happens is you have internet troubles, so we'll just keep going. Okay, so I've got a couple of questions for you right off the bat. The first one is, why do we eat so much sugar in the first place? And my second question is, why is it so stinking hard to give up? Have you been there? So the first question, why do we eat so much sugar? Well, I think there's two very simple main reasons. The first one is it tastes so yummy, right? I love anything sweet. I have a big, huge sweet tooth, and I am a chocoholic. And the other reason why we eat so much of it is eating it makes us happy, and we just want to be happy. That is all any of us ever want, is we want to be happy. We want to feel good. We want to be in a good mood. We don't want to be miserable. We want to be happy. So sugar gives us happiness, plain and simple. I don't think anyone's going to argue with that. So how about the second thing? If we figure out that that's the reason why we're eating it, but it does have some drawbacks, then if we decide we need to cut out sugar, why is it so hard to give up? So I think there's only one main reason. I mean, we can go into all kinds of little supporting evidences of it, but the main reason why sugar is hard to give up is because it is physically addictive, let alone going against all the reasons why you eat it in the first place, right? But if you have something that you're physically addicted to, no matter how much willpower you give this stuff or your cause, there's no way you can go against a biochemical reaction that's happening in the body. If you're addicted to it, your efforts are futile. Okay, so for those of you who don't know me, my name is Andrea Otley, and I am a horse-crazy wife and mom of 3 from a small ranching town in southeastern Oregon. I myself am a recovering sugar addict, and I have actually lost over 30 pounds without dieting or starving or feeling deprived. And so what I do now is I am an online health and fitness coach who is absolutely obsessed with nutrition and helping other horsewomen really start living a healthy lifestyle in this unhealthy world that we live in. So today what I wanted to do is come at you live from my Facebook page and really share 3 quick little stories, personal experiences of mine that happened when I gave up sugar, when I quit sugar, some of those challenges and struggles that came my way because of it. So then at the end of that, I do hope to offer you, some hope myself and a solution to the troubles. So I got some notes here because I have a tendency to ramble and I don't want to do that and take up any of your precious time. So I've got some notes in front of me. If I look down, I'm just keeping myself on track because I have planned out what I want to tell you today and thought about it a little bit. So the first thing is, the first struggle that I encountered when I gave up sugar was the pretty much unbearable withdrawal symptoms that come when you decide to quit sugar. So what happened for me is I learned that I was eating way too much sugar. And hey, Melissa, yes, okay. Good. So that's what my video today is about, is just relating to you guys and helping you understand that everything that you're going through is absolutely normal and you're not alone. So as I was saying, that first hard thing that happened to me was experiencing with the withdrawals. I learned that sugar was the culprit for making me fat, making me tired, making me miserable. It was a huge blockage to achieving my goals, especially my health and fitness and weight loss goals. So I knew I needed to cut it out. So, right, pretty direct. All right, let's cut sugar out. Okay, so I cleaned it all out of my pantry, all out of my cupboards. Then, day 1 wasn't too bad. Day 2 comes along and the headaches and the foggy brain and the inability to concentrate and just feeling really cranky. I felt sick. That was the number one thing that I felt when I cut out sugar, was I felt sick because of those withdrawal, that addictive quality. So you remove it, you feel sick. And the thing about it is, who wants to feel sick? That we eat sugar because it makes us happy. Why would we want to take away something that makes us happy? And then, okay, I'm going to live this healthy lifestyle, but guess what I get? I get sick. Are you kidding me? Like, why would we want to do that, right? So that was one of the first things. And I think probably actually the first time that I decided to cut sugar out, I failed just because when I got to the withdrawal symptoms, I'm like, BS, man, I'm out. If I want to I don't have time to feel sick. I don't, why would I want to live, this miserable existence? Maybe it's just better if I stay a little chubby so that I can keep my sugar, pulsing through my veins. At least I'm happy and I don't feel sick. So that was my first challenge and struggle in the world of quitting sugar, was definitely the withdrawals. The second thing so back on the sugar, bandwagon again. I'm going great guns and everything is wonderful. And I develop a plan this time, right? I'm like, okay, I'm going to make it through the withdrawal symptoms. Those are only going to last about 5 days. I'm going to drink a lot of water. I'm going to eat really high nutritious foods that are going to fuel my body and replace what I cut out. And I'll just grin and bear it, make it through the withdrawals. So of course, that was fine, until my second challenge that I had to overcome was realizing that sugar is everywhere in all foods almost, from the yogurts that you buy to if you're shopping up and down the grocery aisles and you come to the like the granola bar section and you're looking at all these different brands of granola bars and they're all saying all natural, low in sugar, low in fat, all this pretty packaging on the front, and then you get educated in flipping over the package and looking at the very like the print is seriously so tiny that you need a magnifying glass to read it, and you find all these hidden sugars and food poisons in there. I remember it taking me forever to grocery shop because I had to scrutinize everything I was buying because it was so hard to find food that did not have sugar in it. And the thing is I got mad because I blamed all the big companies. It was like, they are preying on our weaknesses for being addicted to sugar in the first place. Then they tell us that, the logic of you need to eat healthy. So they say it's healthy on the front and then it's loaded with sugar on the back. I was so mad. I remember feeling so betrayed by any type of advertising ever, thinking it should be so completely illegal that companies would betray us like that and tell us that their food is healthy. Yogurt is so bad. Like everything, ketchup, salad dressing, lots of, even chips, anything that you can imagine that's packaged, that tastes good at all, that has any type of sweetness to it, has sugar in it, or a sugar substitute, or a fake sugar, something that's harmful for your body, but they try to pass it off as healthy. So frustrating. So that was pretty much the second obstacle that I came along. And then the other thing was, okay, so fine, I'm only going to eat real whole foods. I'm not going to eat any of the packaged foods. So I do okay. I sit down with my notebook. I plan out my meals. I get a shopping list. Everything's going fine as long as I can make it to the grocery store every 2 to 3 days and I stay in my bubble. I don't go eat out. I just make the exact amount of meal and I follow it to a T. I feel successful. But the problem is what happens when those life disruptors, like if you have to travel, if you have to be gone for the weekend and you have to eat out at restaurants, you can't read the packaging on the food at the restaurants, but I guarantee you they're full of sugar and it's super hard to find anything on the menu that's going to fit into your, what you're trying to do as far as follow a healthy, sugar-free meal plan. So challenge, big time struggle. So a lot of people, including myself, cave because it's so hard to stick with it. And then the third thing that I really had happen was, this was a few years ago, we had, I think it was in the spring, I remember it was St. Patrick's Day. So at my kids' school, they did a poetry gathering, and the kids were reciting their favorite cowboy poems. And then after that, they had a big spaghetti feed. So it's a social event, right? We all go, listen to the kids, so cute, you know, you have fun, you smile and you laugh, and they're all dressed up in their cowboy hats and their wild rags, and they got their belt buckles on and their boots, and they're reciting these cowboy poetry, and it's awesome. And you're having, you know, it's just all this emotion of happiness and party and having a good time. And then after that, they had a big, I think it was a fundraiser, they had a spaghetti feed. So they had this big heaping bowl of pasta, they had the pasta sauce with the meat cooked in it, and they had the garlic bread and a big old bowl of salad, and you just go through buffet style and fill your plate, and then you make it over to the dessert table where there's chocolate cream pies and like every cookie you can imagine, and lemon squares and raspberry desserts and just huge desserts, right? Because that's what we do as a part of society. It's just socially accepted, and nothing's going to change that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, unless you're trying to stay true to yourself and eliminate sugar. Because what do? If you're going to go to a social event like that where it's fun and you're enjoying being a part of, you know, we're social beings. We like doing that. We like being with other people and eating the same foods and having a good time. Well, I remember that time specifically for me because I decided to honor my commitment of, you know, staying on the sugar bandwagon. I was not eating sugar. So I remember going through and I got my plate and I put, I think I might have done a little bit of spaghetti and some sauce, you know, staring at it going, I wonder how much sugar is in this pasta sauce. Pasta sauce is another thing that you can buy. You can make your own homemade without sugar. But if you're buying pasta sauce, I almost guarantee you it has some type of sugar in it. Crazy. So then, you know, the garlic bread and I'm like, at least I can have some lettuce and put a bunch of tomatoes and some onion on it, you know, so that was probably most of my plate. And then here I am with the big thing of ranch dressing, wanting to put something on there so it tastes good, but knowing beyond knowing that there was all kinds of crap inside that salad dressing. It was like stressing me out. And then I remember I was so starving, you know, it smelled so good and I was so hungry. And then here's the dessert table and I was feeling so deprived to walk past that dessert table and not eat any of it. And then going in and we sit down at the table, you know, so we go in the gym and there's all the tables and everyone's eating. You can hear all the people talking and laughing and having a good time and, you know, just so unconsciously eating these big heaps of food. I remember looking around at them and they're eating these big heaps of food off of their plates. My husband was one of them and everybody was. It's normal. There's nothing wrong with it by any means, except for what I'm trying to explain to you was how alone I felt. This is a social event where we go to be around people and celebrate our kids doing something wonderful. And I'm miserable the whole time. I felt so left out. It sucked. So I remember after that, it was those social feelings inside of me wanting to be a part of, you know, doing what everybody else was doing and just not to be a follower or anything, just to be included. That right then and there, I remember I gave it up. I'm like, there's got to be a better way. You know, I went back to eating sugar. I fell off the wagon. I'm like, this isn't worth it. So right there, those are 3 of my struggles that I went through in my quest to give up sugar and eat a healthy lifestyle. So kind of the moral of the story of me coming on here and talking about all, you know, how hard it is and all the struggle is if you can relate to what I'm saying, you are so normal. Because that was one thing that I remember trying to go through something like this by myself. I felt alone and I felt weak and I felt really embarrassed because I would see somebody, you know, like my husband who's a beanpole and could eat anything that he wanted. He could drink 6 Pepsis a day and shovel in all kinds of brownies and, you know, still have 10% body fat. And it's like, you know, just feeling like it was so unfair and, you know, just doing all these comparison things. And so what I want to tell you is if you feel like you're in that predicament, then, or if you can relate to anything that I'm saying right now, then you're not alone. There's nothing wrong with you. The last thing you want to do is compare yourself to others. If you decide that you want to live a healthier lifestyle, it's absolutely worth it to make it through these struggles. So I went through some struggles and I didn't really offer any solutions, but what I want you to know is that they're there, that it takes work and determination and a really strong why power. Because if you have a reason why you're doing something, like give up sugar, to lose weight, to live a healthier lifestyle, you know, whether it's to fit into your favorite jeans again, to get them to button up after the winter, or if it's because you actually have a serious disease or illness that you're struggling with and cleaning up your diet is going to help, but on the other side of it, you need to get through these challenges, then I just want you to know that it's absolutely worth it to keep, you know, just clawing and scratching and fighting your way to a healthy lifestyle. And I want you to know that for some people, it's absolutely easier for them than it is for others. Some people struggle with sugar addiction way more than others. And that just means you are sort of on a scientific process to figure out your own self, to figure out what works for you and how you're going to get there. What I think it helps to do is come together with other people who are going through the same things, because you can take comfort in knowing that you're not alone. And the other thing is, when everybody's working together towards the same thing, you can start offering suggestions and little tips and tricks to help you figure it out. And you can also find motivation in other people's strengths. You can go, oh my God, if they can do it, I can do it too. I think that is so powerful. So I'm going to leave you today with a few things to think about. So I think, you know, after all my experience of, you know, pretty much years of figuring this out for myself, I think it comes down to 4 basic things in order to, hey, oh good, I'm so glad that this could help you. Very good. Okay, so I think it comes down to 4 basic things. And there's going to be all different levels, and that's why I say you have to be your own experiment. But the 4 basic things are, in order to survive this, because you, like I said, you know, I started out, okay, I'm going to cut sugar, made it to the withdrawals, tanked. Okay, I'm going to cut out sugar, made it through the withdrawals, figured out that all the big companies were lying to me, you know, sugar's everywhere, it's really hard. Okay, start again, made it through the withdrawals, made it through the shopping. Now I got to figure out how to survive the social events. You know, so it's just, what it boils down to for me is these 4 things. And the first one is fitness. Fitness has so many benefits. And what I mean by fitness is, say, sticking to some type of fitness program, exercise, whether it's weightlifting or yoga or some type of cardio, for at least 3 days a week, minimum of 30 minutes a day. Okay, and I think it needs to be something that you take very seriously, that you schedule into your calendar, just like you would a doctor's appointment. So you are committed, because you will need it to make it through. The second thing is you need proper nutrition. So if you cut out sugar, you know, nature abhors a vacuum. If you cut something out, something is going to suck back in. And the beautiful thing about how we're naturally designed to live is, if you cut out sugar, what you replace in its spot is definitely real whole foods, because that is what your body was intended to eat in the first place. And the sooner that your mind can accept that, the sooner you are to healing and losing weight and getting to where you want to be with your health and fitness goals. So, I had one more thought that I was, see, this is the fun part of going live. As I was rambling, I thought of something else about the nutrition. But just know that basically you need to put nutrient-dense foods into your body in order to make it through this. The third piece of those 4 things is your support. You need to surround yourself with people who are like you, that are going through the same things as you. Because not everyone, you know, that's what that was the biggest thing that I remember for myself, is when I was trying to do it alone, no one understood. You know, there's lots of people who don't give a crap about giving up sugar. They're going to eat it until they die, and they don't care. And that's fine. You know, it's a free country. We can do whatever we want. But if you're striving for something better, my battery's going to die. If you're striving for something better, if you want, you know, long-term weight loss, if you want to feel good about your body, then you need to take care of it, and you need to be surrounded by people who think the same way as you, because there's plenty of people who do not want to take care of their body. That's why, you know, most of this nation is struggling with obesity, is because they're not educated and they don't understand, you know, that there is a better way, and it's too hard. You know, it's the rare people who give a crap, who want something more that they have now. They can feel that burning inside of them. They're going to make it through. And we need to stick together. We need to join forces and support each other through what we're trying to accomplish. The fourth thing to get your long-term results for living a healthy lifestyle in this unhealthy world is absolutely short-term rewards. So if you set, I'm such a big believer in goals. If you set short-term goals, say, it doesn't even matter. It can be a day, it can be a week, it can be 3 weeks, it can be a month. But something where you say, okay, this is where I'm at, this is where I want to get to. When I get there, I'm going to reward myself with this, whether it's a feeling or a new pair of clothes, or, just treating yourself to something that you can go, yes, I did it. Even if it's just saying, yeah, I've done that so many times, it doesn't have to be something tangible that I, hold in my hand, but just that sense of accomplishment because I set a goal and I hit the goal. Like right now, my goal, I have got a fitness goal to be able to do 6 unassisted pull-ups by the end of March. So I have it all planned out. I know what my road looks like to get there. My reward is going to be, probably what I'll do is post a video and I'll go, hey, look at me. I can do 6, but it's just like recognition, I can do 6 pull-ups. Yes. So it's that's how our brain is wired, to have these little short reward systems that keep us going. Because if you have, say you have 100 pounds that you need to lose, and that's going to take you 12 months or better to make it sustainable. You need to break that up into little short-term rewards along the way where you can feel like you're accomplishing something rather than going, oh my goodness, I'm going to, when I get to lose 100 pounds, then I'm going to XYZ, it's going to be a big goal. You should have that for sure, but you should also break it up into little rewards along the way. And so those 4 things all packaged together equal your ultimate results, what you are looking for long term, why you're doing this in the first place. And I hope for most of you, ultimately, it is to live and sustain a healthy lifestyle so that you feel good in the body that you've been given, you're taking care of it, and you're happy. That is, and you're excited to get up every day and go on with it. I think health and fitness play such a large role in everything that you're doing. So then if that transfers over into what your goals are with your horses, in terms of, say, if you compete, how well you stay on your horse, how confident you are when you ride. If you do compete, how confident you are because you feel good about yourself rather than going, oh my God, I totally need to lose 50 pounds and I feel so embarrassed, and I have to use the mounting block and all these things. If you can imagine what your life would be like if you were strong enough and at the proper weight to just put your foot in the stirrup and swing on and lope off, if you just need to start imagining that life of how it would feel just to empower yourself. And that's what I love. That's what I stand for. That's what I do. And that, I'm going to leave you with one last thing. That is why I created my new program that is called the Cowgirl Up Fitness Challenge. It's a 30-day challenge. It is a paid challenge. This is not something that you do for free. This is something that you invest in. So you take everything that I just talked about and you put it together to work with the exact tools that you need to hit your goals. So what I want you to do is, if you're interested at all in what I said today, then I want you to go, and I'll post the link in the description when I get this video uploaded to my page, but you would go to cowgirl-up-fitness-challenge, and you just put your email in there, and then I'll send you all the information on what it works, what it is, and the price and all that jazz. And then you can get back to me with your questions privately, and we can go from there. So that's what I want you to know today, that I do these every month. And right now I am taking new people on for our next challenge, and I wanted to let you know about that. So that's happening. So I want to say goodbye. Thank you so much for taking your time out of your day to be with me and listen to what I have to say. I love coming to you with these live Facebook feeds. It is going to be once a week. So I'm taking a lot of care to think about what I want to bring you in terms of how this is going to help you with the information. And you can tune in. My goal is Tuesdays. I know today is Wednesday, but my goal is Tuesdays to come at you about 9 a.m. Pacific time with these live Facebook videos. So stay tuned. Be sure to like, comment if you have something that you'd like to add or you need help with, and share this to your own wall to see if it can help inspire someone else that needs help beating their sugar addiction and living a healthy lifestyle. So, okay, I will leave you. Have a great day, and we will see you soon.